Hi, welcome to this screen catch looking at wealth and water consumption. The aim of this is to understand that demand for water in HRCs is continually increasing and the reasons behind why this is occurring. So, I'm going to start with this quote from the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Society. And it presents an image of what effectively was the developed world at that point in time, 1943. And it presents a world where we didn't actually have enough water to consume due to various reasons. And so what the idea of this is that the wealthier a country is getting, the more water it is actually consuming. We're just going to look at a couple of things in relation to this. First thing we're going to look at is the concept of a showering society, which is hidden underneath this piece of text here. The concept of a showering society is quite simple, and that is as countries are becoming more developed, we are having higher standards of personal hygiene, which is leading to the creation of showering society. In that, people are prepared to shower in the morning and again later in the day and perhaps in the evening as well. And the consequence, the more you shower, the more water that we use. The concept of showering is obviously supposed to be more sustainable, but the reality of it is that it ends up less because people end up washing more. So that's the first concept, and the term showering society appears on the spec, and they have asked questions on it before, and it can be used in the answers to questions as well. The second thing we want to look at is just a bit of an example of a region which is becoming wealthy, and that's Las Vegas. And we can use a case study of Las Vegas to consider how this area is consuming more water and then therefore the link between the wealth and the water consumption. And to help you with this, we've got two things. First thing is there's a link below. If you type in that link, you can then, I'm going to post it in the comments box as well. If you type in that link, you can then actually look at the article and read through it and understand what some of the water issues are. I'm just going to talk you through this though, because if we consider this region, here we have the region which Las Vegas is in. What you can see is that the area is surrounded by desert, but the further we zoom into the map, the greener the area becomes. Okay, and this is the nature, is this area should not be this green, but the reality is that the wealth has enabled high levels of water consumption. A couple of pieces of evidence of high levels of wealth. Number one is the number of golf courses around the area. You've got TPC Las Vegas, you've got the Winchester Club, you've got the Wynn Golf Club, you've got the Spanish Trail Golf Club. And all of these are clearly using large amounts of water to actually keep these areas this green. The second piece of evidence which shows that there's high levels of wealth and therefore using vast amounts of water is as you zoom in, you can see the large number of swimming pools in the area. Virtually every house in this area has a swimming pool. And what that enables us to see is the amount of water that's being consumed in the area. Now, if I just zoom out for a second, what we can do is maybe not in this area, but in some areas, in certain areas of Las Vegas, what we can do is we can zoom in and then hopefully we should be able to see, here we go, how the levels of wealth have actually deemed water to be consumed. If you just have a look at this area, this is one particular area in Las Vegas, it's completely at random. And what you can see is all these trees and plants which have been planted, all of these will have drip feed water supply going to them. And what this enables is for these plants to grow. Now, with the exception of probably this plant here, most of these plants are not native to this area. And this is why that in the domestic consumption of water, 70% of water in Las Vegas is used outside compared to 30% of water being used inside. The second thing which is using high levels of water is if we zoom out again, is we can actually look at the Las Vegas Strip. And on the Las Vegas Strip, what we can see is large areas of water that is being consumed for entertainment purposes. Just scroll around, you can see all the green space which is around here, all the different hotels use huge amounts of water, and you can see just over here, I'm not sure what hotel this is, but you can see in front of it a large amount of water there. This is in the middle of a desert, it's going to be high levels of evapotranspiration, but it's the amount of water which is being consumed. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make sure that you understand how wealth and water can be consumed, and I strongly recommend looking at that link to actually help you. Now, how are you going to be examined on this? There's only really been one question asked on this, and it's in relation to this, which is suggest reasons why water consumption differs between HICs and LICs. Pause the video, have a go at answering the question. Now, the key thing for answering this question is to ensure that you are doing more than just giving two ideas. If you're just giving two ideas which are descriptive, you are only going to get 2 marks. You must explain your ideas. So, things such as HIC lifestyle is water abundant, use of water greedy appliances such as washing machines, showers. LICs can have shortage of water, it's also unequally distributed, and people have less access to water. Now, there's a number of ideas presented there. And what you need to do is you need to read through your answer and think about how have you targeted those marks. And that ends this screen cap.